UFC 316 just wrapped up, and it was very interesting for many reasons. But first off, Merab versus O'Malley 2. That was absolutely unbelievable. We knew Merab was good, and Merab was always scary, but the one thing that was manageable about him is that he wasn't going to finish you. He wasn't going to knock you out or submit you. There was no threat of that at all until now. And we all know that Sean O'Malley made his fair share of lifestyle changes. He stopped posting on social media, he stopped smoking, he stopped jaying the peen. But he did actually worse in this fight and had almost no success at all. While in the first fight, he won 2 rounds. This fight, he was outstruck by Merab. The second round, Merab won essentially on the feet. I don't think there was a takedown, but he outstruck O'Malley. It's just the ruthless pressure. It's insane, man. And we really need to start talking about. People are talking about it, but when does this dude go into the top 5 best fighters of all time? Like, if we just let's go to this resume real quick. I have it pulled up right here. His last wins, let's see. Sean O'Malley, Umar Nurmagomedov, Sean O'Malley again, Henry Cejudo, Piotr Yan, and Jose Aldo. That is absolutely insane, absolutely stacked. Those last 6 wins are insane. And he's on a crazy streak right now. What, like a 13-fight win streak? It's just so impressive. And we saw the improvements in Merab. He had nasty ground and pound here and an actual submission game. And of course, didn't even look tired, just like, as we expected. But this was a level of dominance that I don't think anybody expected. Most people, almost everyone expected Merab to win by finish. If he was going to win, or not by finish, by decision. No one expected a finish, right? Because he hasn't had a finish in the last like 6 fights. But he really did just make it look easy. And I love having Merab as a champion because not only, the people who say he's boring, come on, man. Are you seriously saying this guy's boring? I mean, his last fight, not this fight, but the last one against Umar was probably one of the best bantamweight title fights I've ever seen. And sure, his fight style can be boring sometimes, like against Jose Aldo. If Jose Aldo just has like amazing takedown defense, you can't take him down. But come on, don't you just like to see somebody get mauled and absolutely just destroyed and gassed out like O'Malley? It's incredible. I don't know how. This dude's not human. He's not human. And his activity too. He just fought at UFC 311 and now he just fought at UFC 316. This is like Alex Pereira level activity. It's so incredible. And I love this guy as a champion. He's gonna be fighting Corey Sandhagen next, most likely. I don't know why that's been like certified. Corey is on like a 1 fight win streak after getting like arguably 50-45 by Umar. But I don't even hate seeing the Corey fight because at this point, Merab has beaten almost everybody else in the division. So I'm fine with the Corey fight. I think it's gonna be fun. But it just goes to show that it takes more than not jaying the peen, not gooning, not smoking, not being on social media to beat Merab. It's gonna take someone really special to dethrone Merab. I think he's going to stay undefeated at bantamweight. But if he moves up to featherweight, it might be a different story. If he fights Volkanovski, Volkanovski is a nightmare matchup for him in just every aspect, right? Islam Makhachev struggled to take Volkanovski down, and that's Islam Makhachev we're talking about here. Volk is so strong, right? The one thing that was clear from this fight was that Merab was way stronger than Sean O'Malley, even after O'Malley put on a bit of muscle. But Volk is so incredibly strong, and that's just an absolute nightmare matchup for Merab. Someone who can match the cardio, who won't get tired, who is an elite striker, who isn't going to be taken down by Merab, most likely. But if Merab fights Corey next, and then, who knows? We're going to talk about Mario Batista's win a little bit later, but Mario Batista could be fighting for the title. Not now, but after he gets maybe one more win. He's on like a 7-fight win streak, an 8-fight win streak. That's a good win streak. He might be there. So, actually, let's just go and talk about the Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix fight because I think the second most interesting one in the card, right? It was an okay fight, but the reason the fans were booing wasn't because of Mario Batista. It was because of Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix, he was being so hyped up, coming from Bellator, being a champion there. And I mean, he literally just stood in front of Batista with like zero head movement, not even trying to go for a takedown until the third round. And it was like a pity attempt of a takedown. And people were super hyped up about this guy's ground game. He was a slight favorite coming in, and Mario Batista essentially just shut him down. I don't know if the Patrick Mix was like injured or something, but it was a really pitiful performance from him. Like he was just kind of standing there completely frozen, doing absolutely nothing. And then was this the dude who started like, putting his hands up at the very end of the fight instead of trying to finish it? That pissed me off. I think it was him who was doing that, where he had some success at the very end of the third round. And instead of, actually being hyper aggressive, needing the finish, he just kind of put his hands up. Like, come on, dude, just go for the finish, man. You had a horrible performance. But this fight was interesting because Mario Batista, we know how hated he was. And I've seen people, take that back, apologize to him. And I think that's fair, right? The Mario Batista hate went too far. And I think we can all agree that, like, right? Like, I made a video, like, 4 months ago or something, talking about the most overhated UFC fighters, and I put Mario Batista on it. And I mean, the video has like no views, right? But if it did have views, I mean, people would have hated me for that take. But now it's becoming more popular because he has one good fight, and that's the way it goes in this sport, right? People get one bad fight, and the fans just go crazy or something. Like Volk versus Holloway too. I'm not saying that was a bad fight, but it was a very close fight, and a lot of people thought it was a robbery. People hated Volk for a while after that, but I mean, he redeemed himself, right? And Mario Batista, he's on the path to redeeming himself. It was a good fight. I mean, Mario Batista was making it entertaining. The reason it was, the reason the fans were booing was because Patchy Mix. I mean, we expected more from him. We expected to see some ground game, some submission attempts, just anything. I mean, can we see the strikes? Like, does it show it here? Because this dude, like, I don't even think he did like anything, man. I'm trying to look. I mean, he had a lot of strikes actually. Maybe I can take that back, right? But just when I was watching the actual fight in it of itself, it felt like there were so many opportunities that Patchy could have tried something, and he was just staying completely frozen still, not doing any head move and not fainting, just flat-footed. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, how is this guy Bellator champion? And he, is not even, he's being completely shut down by, what is it, number 10, Mario Batista? But that was an interesting fight. Anyways, what else should I talk about from here? Juliana Pena, Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison wins by submission. Nothing crazy to talk about from here. It was kind of weird bringing Amanda Nunes into the octagon. It's definitely a big fight. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. But if Amanda Nunes wins, then like women's bantamweight is just completely fucked. But it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a big fight, but nothing really much, I think, to talk about from here. But Kevin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. No, first round Joe Pyfer was looking unstoppable. He knocked him down like what 10, like not 10, 3 times or something crazy. It was very impressive. But then after that, he just really couldn't find his range. Or after his one like big right overhand, he really couldn't find much success after the very first round. He still won it pretty decisively, but I think a lot of people were expecting, especially after that first round, for him to come and finish him, maybe the second or third, and he didn't. So, I mean, it was a good fight, I guess. The first round was good, but I don't really see this guy breaking into the top five anytime soon. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Dude, Kevin Holland in 2025 is going to be an actual contender after a submission over Vicente Luque. I mean, he says he wants to stick to welterweight for a while. I think that's a very good idea for him. And it was a very good performance from him. And his call out was absolutely perfect. Colby Covington, that's the perfect guy to call out, man. And I 100% see Kevin Holland beating Colby Covington. And after that, I mean, he's up there with him. You can give him a pretty decently high ranked opponent in welterweight. And if he wins that, I mean, dude, Kevin Holland, it's insane, man. Kevin Holland could go on a little run here, which I'm all for it, man. I want to see it. I think it would be entertaining to see a. I mean, he's maybe not a fan favorite anymore. A lot of people have kind of turned the tides against him after, some of his recent antics, but hey, I'm all for it. I want to see Kevin Holland go in a crazy welterweight run, okay? I'm all for it. Let's see it. I want to see the Colby fight too. Perfect call out. Great performance. But moving on. Bruno Silva, Joshua Van. Joshua Van, I mean, especially at 23, he looked so good, super experienced, and he was really damaging Silva. Getting so many, it was a great fight, getting so many knockdowns, just huge shots. I mean, he's a really interesting prospect for the flyweight division that so many people are interested in. And I am too, man. I mean, I I believed in the hype, but I believe in it even more. And I don't know what's next for him, but I'll be watching. That's all I'm saying. It was a good fight. I don't have too much to say about this, but Joshua Van, he looked very impressive. Very crazy fast hands, great boxing. But moving on, I remember this fight. I'm not going to spend too long on any of these fights, but I do want to talk about a lot of them. This fight, nothing crazy, but I do remember literally right before the KO, I was thinking, man, this tall, lanky guy is not very talented because I mean he was just so much taller and bigger. He's not even tall and lanky. This dude's just 5'8" at light heavyweight. And he was unable to use his reach or height to set up anything, and he just got absolutely destroyed. Oh, but Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. It's kind of crazy how this dude is actually, working his way up the heavyweight rankings. I really thought Sergey Spivak was going to win. It was a controversial decision. I did have Spivak winning, but I don't even hate Acosta winning. I think the reason that a lot of people were outraged is because of the 130-27 scorecard. That was a horrible scorecard. But I mean, I literally was like saying before the fight, like, I wouldn't care. It could be 29-28, either guy. Um, I think the only reason that people are so mad, or people were, I mean, back, I don't think people care anymore, but people were upset because of the 130-27 scorecard, which I get it, but doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Andres Gustafsson versus Chaos Williams. I'm trying to remember this fight. Oh yeah, this is the Viking dude, right? That's what he called himself, the Viking. I mean, it was very impressive the pace he was able to set on this guy. He had really good. This was the Greco wrestling dude. He had really good strikes in the clinch. And I mean, this dude was just like exhausted. He was just ragdolling Williams, and it was interesting. I'm really excited to see what this guy can go on and do in the welterweight division. I skipped this fight. I did not watch this fight. made chicken nuggets instead of watching this fight. This fight, an absolutely crazy KO. I don't know how. I mean, we've seen this KO, right? The shot that he KO'd him with was so short, man. It was such a short shot, just like boom. It really was Conor McGregor. Like, I don't know how you get that much power with no windup. It was crazy. Super impressive. The dude's like 10-0 now, right? I think. Um, it doesn't show it here, but I'm pretty sure he's 10-0 in featherweight. I'm excited to see what's next for him. I mean, doesn't he have like 4 first round finishes now? So gonna be super interesting. Crazy good KO. Yeah, I hope this guy recovers. That was a tough KO for everyone to see. Moving on though, these two guys. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I know who these guys are. I don't. But I watched this fight. If this is the dude who I remember think it was, oh yeah, the guy from Australia. He had really good wrestling. He was on lightweight. I mean, his wrestling looked really high level, like surprisingly high level for like an early prelims fight. You did very well. Wait, I am thinking about the right fight. This dude, I mean, he had crazy power and he was super aggressive, but this dude was able to, you know, stay calm, cool, and collected, have great grappling. And I mean, it looked super high skilled. Like this dude was doing a good job at defending. But I mean, this dude was all over him, especially in the first 2 rounds. Third round, he started to slow down a little bit, but it was still, still enough to secure a good win. Now this dude, he's a fun fighter. He's a fun fighter. You can tell. I mean, he goes at it, tries to get the finish almost immediately. But I mean, I'm really excited to see what this guy does because I mean, just if you go back and watch the fight, his and he plus from Australia too, right? His wrestling, it looked really solid. I think he can, get a pretty good win streak going in lightweight. And the very first fight of the card, I'm trying to remember this fight honestly. It was a win by decision. Actually, okay, I can't even lie. Like I don't remember what happened in this fight. I remember the earlier fights being good though, so shout out to these two guys for having a good fight. But I mean, that's all. I just really wanted to cover most of the fights on the card. I think I got everything. Except this fight, I completely skipped it. I just didn't even care. But it was a good card. It wasn't the most stacked card, but the things that changed within the sport for this card was there was a lot of things that changed in the sport for this card, if that makes any sense, right? Like, the Mario Batista, the Kevin Holland potential we have, Patchy Mix, no one cares about him anymore. This is kind of boring. Kayla Harrison, we have a big fight now, and Merab is just so much better, right? Plus Joshua Van and Sergey Spivak losing, so pretty good card. It was fun. Next, we have UFC Atlanta. I'm hyped for that. That is about it. Thank you.